What stood out in week number 4? Let's get into it. Dak and the boys got back to 2-2, more so thanks to some bad drops by Giants receivers, Daniel Jones not being able to throw deep, and this horrific face mask call that went against the Giants. The Saints at Falcons battle in the NFC South was a good one. Despite scoring 0 offensive touchdowns, the Falcons still scored 26 points. Rashid Shaheed fumbled a punt inside his own 5-yard line. Like, what are you doing, bro? Just let it go. Troy Anderson had a pick 6 on Derek Carr, and Younghoe Koo was 4 for 4 on field goals. Speaking of Koo, he had a chance to have a game-winning field goal attempt, but it was 58 yards away. Not even that was enough to phase Koo, and the Falcons took this one 26-24. Both teams are now 2-2. Although your fan base may look at you sideways for taking a punter in round 4, not many punters can do this. This 66-yard punt from Torrey Taylor, a rookie in the 4th round out of Iowa, pinned the Rams inside their own 10, in a pivotal point in the game too. This one ended in the final minute as Matthew Stafford was picked off by Jaquan Brisker, and while there wasn't much offense to show for, Caleb Williams made a great throw to DJ Moore for a 9-yard touchdown, and DeAndre Swift of all people had a crazy 36-yard touchdown. The Bears get back to 2-2, the Rams fall to 1-3. After 3 straight losses to start the year, the Bengals finally get their first win in Carolina, the highlight play being this 63-yard touchdown in the second quarter from Joe Burrow to Jamar Chase. For Carolina, Xavier Legette had his first NFL touchdown, and although the Panthers kept it close, Evan McPherson's 46-yard field goal to go up 10 was the final nail in the coffin. Vikings at Packers, a big in-division matchup, another one where Sam Darnold, especially in the first half, looked unbelievable. Minnesota got out to a 28-0 lead in the middle of the second quarter, and although Green Bay came back to make it 28-22, a Tucker Kraft fumble and a Jordan Love interception was too much to overcome. Minnesota stays perfect at 4-0. Much like their week 1 matchup, the Jacksonville Jaguars had this game in the bag. They held a 20-17 lead for most of the second half, but Dare Ogunbowale in a revenge game had a 1-yard touchdown to give the Texans a 4-point lead. Trevor Lawrence definitely looked better, but he did miss some throws. It's another loss that's going to sting as the hot seat gets even warmer for Doug Peterson. In a pretty similar game script to the Vikings and Packers game, this Colts and Steelers matchup saw the Colts up 17-0 in the second quarter. Anthony Richardson had to leave the game early due to injury, which meant Joe Flacco was the next man up. Last year's comeback player of the year played pretty well once again. 2 touchdowns, no turnovers, a 105 passer rating, and for Justin Fields, besides taking some ridiculous sacks, he played pretty well himself. 2 rushing touchdowns, 55 rushing yards, a passing touchdown, over 300 passing yards. You don't see that every day from Justin Fields. Pittsburgh takes their first loss of the year, and the Colts get back to 2-2. Broncos at Jets was just sad. It was like watching a high school game. It was bad weather, touchdowns were tough to come by in this game, and Bo Nix, despite winning the game, Bo Nix had -7 passing yards in the first half. The Broncos defense was very good. The Jets also beat themselves with bad penalties and bad offensive line play, and although Greg Zuerlein had a chance to win the game with a 50-yard field goal, it should not have came down to that for the Jets. That's a bad loss for them, and both teams are now 2-2. The team that ended the Eagles season last year gave them an ass whipping once again. The Buccaneers won 33-16. Tampa got out to a 24-0 lead. Baker Mayfield was sizzling in this one. 347 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 rushing touchdown, no turnovers. And for Jalen Hurts and his depleted offense, it was not really that good. Saquon had a 1 big run, Hurts had his tush-push touchdown, and Chauncey Gardner-Johnson kept getting burnt, which is pretty funny. There's not much to say about Commanders at Cardinals, other than the fact that Cliff Kingsbury definitely got his revenge, and Jaden Daniels still looks amazing. The Commanders right now may be the best team in the East. They are record-wise, but based on the way they've been playing, it might be a reality. Patriots 49ers went exactly how it was supposed to go. Once Fred Warner had that pick 6 to go up 13-0, it was pretty much over. After garbage time was said and done, it was 30-13 as a final score. The Niners are now 2-2. Another week, another close Chiefs win. It wasn't all sunshine and rainbows as they probably lost Rashee Rice for the season on a friendly fire play from Patrick Mahomes, and the Chargers got up 10-0. They battled and had a bunch of injuries, but to let this game get away is frustrating, and Justin Herbert definitely showed some frustration. There's now a montage this year of quarterbacks getting mad when they lose to the Chiefs. For KC going forward, their offense is pretty banged up. No Pacheco, no Rice, possibly for the rest of the year. Maybe washed up Kareem Hunt can save them, I don't know. Browns at Raiders was a weird game as expected, and although Deshaun Watson took a terrible sack to end the game, it wasn't like he played that bad. His interception easily should have been caught by Amari Cooper, and then Cooper should have had an 80-plus yard touchdown that got called back by holding. The Browns did only score 1 offensive touchdown as their second half touchdown was a Rodney McLeod fumble recovery off a Zamir White fumble. The Browns are now 1-3. Sunday Night Football with the Bills and the Ravens did not live up to the hype. From the Ravens' first play of scrimmage, which was an 87-yard Derrick Henry touchdown, the Ravens really did not take their foot off the gas pedal. Henry fell just 1 yard short of 200 rushing yards, and Lamar Jackson also added 54 rushing yards of his own. The first of the Monday night doubleheaders was not too exciting. Will Levis got hurt early, and Mason Rudolph versus Tyler Huntley was not so ideal. Miami's offense is a train wreck right now, but for Tennessee, they scored over 30 points for the first time in over 1,000 days. January 2nd, 2022 was their last time over 30 points, so congrats, I guess. The final game was much better. Jared Goff caught a touchdown pass from Amon-Ra St. Brown. Kenneth Walker had some crazy runs during his 3-touchdown game, and he also had this crazy play where he made a catch and did 2 somersaults over a defender and still was not ruled down by contact. Seattle tried to make the last-minute comeback, but with 1 minute and 6 seconds to go, Kirby Joseph picked off Geno Smith, and that was it. Seattle's been handed their first loss of the year. Both teams are now 3-1. That'll do it for the video. If you guys enjoyed, leave a like, of course, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys next time.